what's up guys? Coach Scott and Coach Joe for our weekly video, and we're going to talk about your programming, when to swap out your programming, and maybe just take a break from the programming that you've been following. Joe and I and our affiliate team at Stoneway, we follow Misfits Athletic, and we've been going over a year now.
Yeah, so at least a year and a half, I think.
And so that's what we decided to do. We were following Invictus prior for
two plus years.
2+ years. And then we swapped. So, Joe, why don't we just kind of break it down? When we were following Invictus, maybe why we started, and then 2, let's talk about why we swapped from Invictus to Misfits.
So I think that we got into Invictus programming mostly because we wanted something that would step us up to the next level.
Yeah.
We had a good group of people that we felt like we needed more guidance than what our knowledge base was at the time to get us to that next level. And then having known personally the coaches at Invictus and their crew, we were confident in them knowing that they were pointing us in the right direction.
Yeah, and I think that them and Outlaw, I think were the most, what can I say, popular, but most, It was evident that there was programming for competitive athletes. So then we made a swap. So we would say that Invictus was like really heavy, more heavy biased.
Yeah, so after doing it for several years, it seemed like we did well. I mean, we made it to regionals. That was awesome. Can't deny that. But it felt like whenever we got to the Open, we were not ready for the endurance that was coming up in the Open workouts. And Invictus trained us really heavy. We got really strong, and cannot deny that that's awesome. But it seemed like we weren't really prepared for the Open. And then we heard about other programs, one of them being the Misfit Athletics program, and that they had more of a bias towards conditioning.
Yeah.
So we talked with several people. We looked over actually months and months of their programming to figure out, what their trends were, and then made a jump over to that.
Yeah, and so we sat down with our affiliate team, kind of put it out there. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making the transition. For us, it works for our whole entire group. Misfits has a really solid, very foundation program, which can also be scaled up for competitive, which is how it's designed. But I felt more energized. Energized doesn't matter, but I like air. I think I just more. I can hold air a little bit more. But at the same time, right? We were talking about this earlier. We go into the Open, and I still feel winded.
Yeah.
So the question is was it Invictus? Was it Misfits? Or maybe we were lacking something to add to it?
It's a good question, and what I keep coming back to is that no program is going to be perfect for you or perfect for me unless we have someone that's really doing it for us individually.
Yeah.
And it's hard to figure out, well, should you just follow one and then try and plug things in where you can, or should you try and program for yourself, or what should you do? And I don't know what the right answer to that is.
Yeah.
Especially if you're the type of person that doesn't want to pay the $300 a month or whatever it is for personal coaching, which in most cases actually still isn't that personal. I mean, they look at it and they change some things off the program for you, but it's not like they're designing a program specifically for Scott.
Yeah. Because the way that we understand it is they design it and they say, Joe, I want you to do 1, 2, skip 3, you don't need that today, and then go down to 5 or whatever.
Right.
So that puts us in the question, you guys, about your own training. If you're training out of a garage, if you're training out of an affiliate, when is it important to swap training? I wouldn't even per se mean you don't have to change a gym, right? I don't even think you have to be the lone wolf to start new programming, but maybe it's the way you approach the workout.
Yeah, are you saying approach it from a standpoint of you making those changes yourself?
Yeah, well, just in general, so if I think I need to walk away from a specific programming, maybe I don't need to walk away from the programming per se. I just need to walk away from the approach of it. So if it's really heavy stuff, I shouldn't have to. I could scale it down to the weight, so then I'm just working on more conditioning and as a whole, thinking I had to change up and uproot everything to change.
Yeah.
So.
It's possible. It's a hard thing to do, right? I would say that something that could work pretty well is if you have a buddy that you train with every single day, and when the workout comes up, you go to that buddy and be like, "Hey, Scott, what pieces should I do today?" And so then Scott tells me, "Hey, Joe, I know that you're really good at this movement, so let's swap that out. Like, you probably only need to do that movement, a couple times a month, but let's put in muscle ups or toes to bar for that movement because you suck at those." So that you get more work at that. So I think that would be a valuable way.
I like that idea. Yeah, I mean, that's a good example because like we were on Saturday and it was a 400-meter run with a buddy. And he runs 400 meters, I do max handstand push-ups. And at the time, my shoulders were just rocked. And so I walked up to Joe and I said, "Joe, what should I sub out?" He said we should probably do X, which X had been ring rows in replace of the handstand push-up, which is totally legit, by the way. But I like that idea of telling your buddy, saying, "Hey, what should I do today?" And they're not going to pick saying, "Hey, if you're really good at pull-ups," they're not going to be like, "Yo, you should probably do pull-ups today," right? They're going to be like, "You should work on the muscle-ups or whatever."
And that's the reason why you'd ideally have your buddy tell you, because you might say, "Well, I don't necessarily, want to pick something that's hard for me," right? In your mind, you're like, "Well, I could crush this workout if there was pull-ups in it."
Yeah.
But man, if you put, handstand push-ups or toe to bar or, heavy power clean in there, oh shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have to personally go the extra mile to make yourself do that.
Totally. And I think you guys, without like uprooting the programming at your gym also, I know coaches at our gym would be okay with that. They're not going to be like, "Hey, it says on the whiteboard you have to do toes to bar." Well, I need to work on, let's say, V-ups or GHD sit-ups or something like that, So these are some ideas that we've been talking about, you guys. Hopefully that it's encouraging you to get your brain thinking about, the programming, approaching it different. Before we close, do you have anything else to add to it?
No, I think that we've covered quite a bit. I mean, it's a hard question.
Yeah.
But it's something that if you really want to get to that next level, I don't think that you can. Most people can't just blindly follow.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you need more conditioning to get into the open. I need more conditioning. Our other guy, Andy, doesn't need more conditioning.
No,
he's like, "Man, I don't know why you guys are getting tired."
Yeah.
So,
such a good point.
It's an individual thing. So Scott and I need to go out and hit the track more maybe, and Andy needs to, keep lifting heavy weights. I don't know.
That's true. So guys, let us know if you have any questions or comments below, you guys, what you're doing, what you're thinking. The Open's over, so you might want to think about and revisit your past year of training and what could have been better and what was missing. So we like to put out that week pass again always. Below will be the link. We'd love for you to train with us, join with us for a week and hang out. And as always, Joe and I thank you for hanging out for the week or for the hour, for the 2 minutes that you hung out. I'm not editing that. And see you guys next week.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.